I would say make sure that the company you are hiring is not going to subcontract or outsource your needs to a third party. Um,
Mm,
as obvious as this may sound to some, it's something that is very rampant in this industry. It's something that's very common in this industry. I'll give you an example. You're a, you're calling a company in New York City, or you're calling a company in Montreal or Toronto, and you have that assumption that the resources that are going to be allocated to you belong to them, right? There's accountability. There's pride. There's the brand. These are my people. I am allocating my people to your project. I'm going to make sure that they deliver. That's often not the case. Often the case is that they are outsourcing or subcontracting and shipping your project to resources that are not employees of their company. They're freelancers, they're in other parts of the world, and that company cannot control them. It's impossible.
you can even mention
You can,
examples of companies calling us.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, my business partner Raf brought up there's so many times when we get calls from clients who went through that nightmare. It happens very, very often. So, first and foremost, I think the number one tip is to make sure that that company that you're hiring to augment your staff are using their full-time employees, and they are in North America. Um, and like I said, there's countless examples, and it always ends up in a loss of control, lack of quality. Um, it's just bad business. However, it's very rampant because it's very tempting. I could get a call from a client who wants to augment their staff with me, and I'm paying my employees annual salaries with benefits and vacations, and I'm making a margin, obviously, but I can turn around and go overseas and pay someone a fraction of what I'm paying my full-time employees, and try to succeed, right? Guess what? You're not going to succeed. It's not going to happen. Another negative about that, even if the people you're outsourcing to in North America, if they're part, um, excuse me, if you're outsourcing to resources in North America that you don't even know. For example, all of the employees at Simply PHP, they're proven, they're known, they've been with us, they've been tested, they have a sense of pride. Whereas if I'm just going on LinkedIn or Googling and trying to find resources at the last minute to fulfill a demand because I want to grow my business, that is also another recipe for disaster because you're dealing with people you don't know. You're
Mm,
dealing with resources that are not proven for your company. So that's number one. I guess number two, don't pay for anything in advance. Make sure that you're satisfied with what was done. And web development is a little bit different, but there's ways of knowing that okay, I like my developers. My team has signed off that these guys are actually good. They're getting things done. They set up their environment properly. They didn't, go through a lot of challenges getting set up just so they can work. These are good signs that you're dealing with good people. But yeah, I think that's probably my top two.